Scholars, Bungie is putting out its last patches and updates, and already they managed to squeak in one last thing to piss everyone off. Good job, Bungie. Good job.
I missed a game and counselor, here to spread the cheer. Join me on this adventure, where gaming wipes away the tears.
That's right. We are back for some more Destiny 2. As I said in the previous videos, that it feels like we are going down a downward trend where most people are going to talk less and less about Destiny, and it will fade into oblivion. In fact, tomorrow, the next video I plan on working on will be back on Marathon, because we've got some information on Marathon. It is interesting that we are seeing the desperation from Bungie. I can see why they're trying to wrap up shop for Destiny, and the focus is Marathon. But let's just jump into the drama for Destiny right now. Destiny 2, should I say. Destiny 2 hotfix patches concentrated mind tether exploit frustrates raiders. By the way, just so we're clear, no one thought this was an exploit. What it was is, if you did the Pantheon, by the way, this is Pantheon, you're doing the concentration mind, which mashes two different encounters together, making one of the worst fucking encounters I've ever played. Essentially, if you have two people tethering in the middle to activate the box, everyone else on the outskirts, if they tethered to one box, you didn't need the whole team, they would get enlightened. That way, no matter where you're at, if everyone said, hey, we're buff, we're getting the enlightened buff, everyone in their designated spots would line up, shoot their box, get tethered. The two dudes, in the middle would tether. Everyone get buffed. The challenge itself and just the activity itself is not like necessarily easy, especially if you're doing like 5 feats. It's a bitch. And this just apparently was an exploit. That's right. And so with the patch notes this morning, yesterday's morning, they said, no, that's an exploit. And everyone thought it was so natural. It didn't feel broken. It just felt natural. Like this is part of the process, that so many people did guides. In fact, everyone's scrambling to make new guides or figure out how the hell to do it, because one, you're going to piss off everyone else who's using your guides, giving them misinformation. And two, people are like, okay, well, if I want to farm this, I'm going to have to figure out what the new strat is. It's still really stupid that they made such an obnoxious encounter, but then to go and take the one saving grace and shit down everyone's throat. Like your last couple patches to try to fix up the game before you abandon it literally is just a big F you to your community. And I don't understand. Read the fucking room. Like, why? It wasn't breaking anything. Like, anyway, so we're gonna look at some of the people. So there was also another patch notes about PvP and stuff like that. Apparently there was some one-shot shit going on, and the armor from Pit of Heresy. By the way, this is why you never, ever, unless it's an exotic, never farm out, or maybe just never farm anything out specifically, because Bungie will come out and shit down your throat. It is comical that they did so many things to piss people off. I don't have it on here, but another thing was that, like, Praetor's Revenge, is it Revenge? Either way, the sniper rifle from Vault of Glass and some other adepts, but this one was more of what people noticed because they farmed for it, because you can get double damage perks, which tactically raids were told to be the high threshold end game. It was okay to have double damage perks. Well, it had aggregated is it assault in the second column, third column, and in the fourth column they had like elemental honing and was it kinetic tremors? It had multiple options, bait and switch, which made it a very, very enticing sniper rifle. And then they changed it to bewildering burst, and it's one of those perks that are so fucking garbage, especially on a special weapon. There's a reason why you probably don't know what it is, and I'm not going to explain it to you because it's such dog shit on a sniper rifle. I don't understand why they have to just shit. Like, again, never farm, and now you don't have to worry about it. Destiny's dead anyway, so never, you know, anything Bungie wise, never farm ahead of time, because Bungie's just gonna nerf it to the, you know, to the ground or do something stupid. Perfect example. So that change pissed off a lot of people. They're nerfing armor. Some of this armor's needed to be nerfed because it was just breaking PvP. It needed to be balanced, though I don't know about PvE. There was some PvE interactions as well that was fixed. But like I said, most people were not happy about the Pantheon concentration mine because it was just already a horrible encounter. Bro, they patched the only thing that didn't make concentration feel miserable. Everyone thought this was a feature, not a bug. Which it's a shame that they didn't just make it a feature when most people liked it. Thanks for your reports, everyone. We had 2 changes related to the King's Fall power armor sets that were slated for next week. Okay, so that's what they tacked that on. So the stacking's over. No more. I spent a good time yeeting. Now, let's be honest. It would have been funny if they left it. I mean, who gives a shit? People are going to leave anyways, and it's fun. But the stacking and the booping are now resolved. I know there's a lot of people getting their panties in a bundle. They're like, I can't believe people just play the game normal. How about you go fuck yourself? I'm like, let people play. They paid for the game, and let them play how they want to play. Just don't join those groups. Make your own group if you want to do it legit. You know, there were several people doing legit groups. Like, some of the biggest bitches on the online are the ones upset that people aren't playing how they want them to play. Go fuck yourself. See it all the time, even in single player games where people bitch about people playing with mods. Like, bitch, shut up. Why though? We had certain stack armor mods just have the artifact work the same way. Diminished returns and you use up a slot on the artifact. This would make the builds really fun. It's a 10-plus-year-old game that's being put out to patch here. Just like have folks, and I agree with this sentiment, that if you make diminishing returns, which I think that's fine. I think, God forbid they actually make you think about build crafting and artifact synergies and actually force you to use your brain in content that's slightly challenging. Playing the violin is challenging. Learning to speak a foreign language is challenging. Running 400M under 50 is challenging. If you think video games are challenging, then you're never done anything challenging. He's not wrong. Video games aren't built in order to beat, except for like day ones where they crank up the challenge, right? Those are, they want you to be able to beat it, but not so easily. But everything else, like I've always said, Destiny is a game where you can have any gun and beat anything in the game. Like you do raids, you can do grandmasters. The whole game is centered on being able to beat it. That's the premise of video games. It's meant to be beaten. But I personally don't care about the stacking. It's gone. Whatever. I don't care. I think it's funny. I think it could have stayed, but I don't care. So I'm guessing you can clear 5 feet Pantheon, get world record and speed runs then? Yes. Can you win the 4 fights and... Can you win 4 fights in one day at the Pan American Championship? Watch out, guys. We got a badass over here. Can you show me your world records, bud? Man, there's always some jackass. No one cares about Destiny 2 world records speed runs anymore. Never tell a loser that. The game is ending. All the sorts of feats no one will care about in a few months. Yes! Tell these basement dweller losers, your leaderboards, no one gives a fuck. You're not gonna get laid. No one gives a shit about it. A few new game will come out and capture everyone's attention. There's no more world's first competitions or any of that anymore. You are retarded. This has nothing to do with conversation. Nobody cares about this guy's Pan American Championship either. I've never heard. No one cares. Bitch, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're talking about actual sports. People give more shit about championships than they do about Destiny. You're a retard. Whatever the fuck that is, but that doesn't, you don't even know what you're talking about. Guys, I don't even know what it is, but I know no one cares about it. Always the anime bros. Always the anime bros. If there's a good 90% chance, if it's something stupid, it's someone with an anime profile. You put shame to anyone that's an anime fan. You are the bottom feeder. Oh, look, some troll with a fake account and fake name. Yeah, sure. Anyways, we're getting off track. It's just always funny to see people just go ape crap, ape shit. What? Anyways, it's always see people to get triggered by shit like this. Unironically thought this was intended way to do the encounter, but Bungie, I'm begging please before you shift all devs to. You really think that they're getting shifted over Marathon? Whoa. That one just plays itself. You poor bastard. You're so desperate to have Bungie survive. They're about to have to put fries in the bag. Even the ones that I want to stay that are actually great developers are probably going to have to end up, putting the fries in the bag. The fact that this was a bug and not a feature is wild. This still works with artifact mods enabled. Solar fulmination just allows ignition chains. Wait, what? So they didn't even fix it? DMG running for the patch notes. Game is literally end of service and they're still making changes that make the game objectively worse. God, I love you, Bungie. Never change. They will never change. They will step out the studio and shut down, never changing, which is part of the problem. Okay, so for someone who is not here, by the way, I'm going to tell you right now, management isn't the one that told them to fix this. This wasn't a C-suite. This wasn't Pete Parsons. This was someone else making shitty decisions. Are we listening? So for someone who was not here last week, oh, you poor bastard, you missed out on a lot. Fix tomorrow. Fix an issue. Oh, that's tomorrow. Yes, the other day. That was yesterday for you guys. L change, easily the worst and most unenjoyable encounter in Pantheon. Revert this bug. Agreed. I actually thought it was a feature. This encounter is miserable. Like, no, I do not want to run a relay race perma buffing everyone for 10 full minutes while we wait for a hobgoblin to spawn every rotation that only drops 5 motes. Then when we need 30 to get DT, it's so, I want to know if someone's tried net limiting. I know that's supposed to be bannable, but who gives a fuck? The game is done and Bungie's going out the fucking door. If you can net limit this shit, please comment down below if you can net limit this shit. Oh my God, I will learn how to net limit just to say fuck it. Now, I do want to give them a little praise. They give a little freebie. They did give us some freebies. Check I'm surprised they actually have given multiple cosmetics for free outside of what was released with Monument of Triumph. There was actually codes you could put in and get some free sets. Not the greatest looking, but hey, free's free. But you also get the Motorsports shell, the Extreme G-Force ship, and the man, I can't read, can I? Aerodynamic chassis accessories have been added to the special deliveries as a free to claim set for all players to celebrate their return. And it actually looks great. Like, I actually feel like, because Sparrows, there's no difference between Sparrows or your hoverboard, right? So I feel like it's funny enough, SRL is the one activity that gives you a reason to care about cosmetic look of your Sparrow. I think most of the time, most people don't give a shit about the cosmetic look because unless it's like the hoverboard and they want the nice looking hoverboard. But I personally never use Sparrows anymore. They are just outdated. They don't have the same utility as the hoverboard, and the hoverboard just lets you get away with a lot of shit. So the fact that SRL exists is really nice to be able to go back to using some of those Sparrows that you would have loved to use if the hoverboard never existed. And this is one of those ones where it looks really cool, and man, it was, you know, props to Bungie for giving a cool freebie. Destiny 2 team. Yep, there it is. It's gone. Crucible is dead, bro. Can't ignitions constantly go off without pit armor? Yeah, a lot of people were not happy about this. Oh, they also reduce. It's funny. Truth became the new Galahorn, and just like Galahorn, it was too hot and Bungie nerfed it. But they took away 4 shots, which I think you can boost reserves with mods. Can you do that? I don't know like how many you could have, but at base, you only get 10 rockets. So it does suck, which means if you're gonna use the, you're gonna have to prep. If you're gonna use the Truth Catalyst to get it prepped, you're gonna have to make sure you have some extra bricks laying around to get topped up so you can maximize your damage rotations. I don't think this sucks, but I don't think it's really gonna do much. I don't think it's gonna do much in the fact that it's just gonna force you to use your special weapons. So maybe rock this in a fusion rifle with particle, you know, and then you're gonna just destroy things. They fixed also 1,000 voices, which is cool. Like, so they've done some good patches, like some good, but it's unfortunate that the good's overridden by some of the stupid that they do. Never getting the 5 feet emblem now. Ooh, rest in peace. Yeah, if you didn't take advantage of doing that, you're gonna have a hard time. Though I would say at this point, every Pantheon, I would say more people probably have the Pantheon emblem now than they did the God Slayer or Pantheon 2 emblem versus Pantheon 1. Just because of how abusable the multi, you know, stacking things were going on, the boopening, the stacking. Pantheon became the jokening. Hell, everything in the game. It's so funny because the boopening and the stacking literally was the biggest middle finger to anyone who gives a shit about leaderboards and their stupid, like, oh my god, my report looks so good. Well, guess what? Now there's people with plenty of not day ones, but plenty of you know, solo flawless, you know, solo boss kills and raids, like, because you're flinging them, and it's like no one gives a shit, but now they definitely don't. So it made me smile and chuckle as I flung Crota and Atheon and Insurrection Prime into the distance and said, fuck you, leaderboards, suck thy balls. Anyways, I'm gonna miss this about Destiny as we're closing up on the farewell stuff. I saw this completely random. I know it's kind of in the middle of the theme of the video, but just something that I just, when we talk about Destiny and how it had soul, this is Destiny 1 introducing us to orcs. You roll in, the doors open, the presentation, like, oh my god. What a fucking boss introduction. So much aura. Sick introduction, and we'll probably never get that again. Oh, and then there was also apparently a lot of people are starting to realize how many things are not being brought back. Apparently there's a bunch of battlegrounds that are not coming back, and I say thank God. I think most people can agree battlegrounds suck dick. They are one of the worst fucking things they added. I would sacrifice every last one of these to bring back all the strikes that we don't have. There's so many good strikes that we do not have, and it pisses me off that they didn't try to bring more back. It really does. It really do be pissing me off that we didn't get some of the juice. Like, I'm glad we didn't get any of the stupid psyops, because those were fucking cancer anyways. Like, I didn't enjoy a single damn one of them. Go to fuck Oblivion where you belong. And also the Defiant one. Like, Defiants were awful. I'm glad all this shit's gone. But damn, there's some D2 launch strikes we will never get to play, and some people have never played before, and it sucks because there were some good ones, man. That's one of the things. The earlier Destiny 2 had amazing strikes. They were integral to the story. But it is what it is, Scooby-Doo. But yeah. Oh, that's from yesterday. But yeah, it's interesting to see. I'm not stressing on farming anything. And I know content creators are farming and people feel like, oh, I need a farm. You don't need a farm. This is all the nerfs that are going on is a good indication that you need to slow your roll until Bungie has left the door. Until they've shut the door on Destiny 2, I would let them nerf and buff and do whatever they need to do and then start farming for all the shit. That's always a rule of thumb. I feel like it's always a trap, especially when you're looking at YouTubers. They're always gonna gas shit up and always be like, oh my God, you must gotta get this immediately. Just wait. Just wait. It's their job to get you to watch their shit and get excited and buy into the game. Fucking wait. Don't waste your time because you're gonna be more pissed off when Bungie makes changes. So make sure you're using your time. Play the game at your own pace. If you want to casually grind, but don't feel like I need to spend 30 hours on a raid to get the best stuff, because then you find out that that's been, you know, that stuff has been nerfed and you're just kind of out of you're just fucked. You're just fucked. It's a rule of thumb. Anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. What do you think? If you've got to play the Concentrated Mind, what do you think about this? I think it's bullshit, but let me know what you think, and should they revert this change in Pantheon? I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, don't forget to game out. Huzzah.